Here we go. Who the hell are you, man? Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
We are the Knights
of Nerdatude. Hold on to your butt.
And now for something completely different.
Hello out there, and welcome to the Knights of Nerdatude podcast. We are a podcast for all things nerd. I'm your host, Chris. I'm here with...
Chris Rock's head goes back and to left. Back and to left. It's Sam.
I'm entering the Speed Force as well. It's John.
Embrace the chaos. It's Sean.
Well, welcome anyway. Got a lot to discuss here tonight. It is Thursday on the week after the Oscars, and we have some thoughts, comments, some maybe concerns.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that later. We also are going to be discussing, brushing up a little bit on Halo. I know we discussed it last week.
John finally saw it.
Yes.
Yes.
2 episodes deep, we can kind of just get a little bit more into how everybody's not going to watch it. So then we have Moon
You don't know that.
Then we have Moon Knight. Came out Wednesday last night. We can give initial reactions on that. We brought lists back.
Yeah, the list
We
is
got
back.
lists. It's like a kind of like, not in memoriam, but like a nice
Bittersweet return to the West.
bittersweet list for this. But let's start with news. Couple things in the news.
Well, we'll start with breaking news. This happened today.
Oh, wow.
Announced like less than 12 hours ago. Obi-Wan news. So they've pushed the release date back to the Friday of that week that it was supposed to be released.
Instead of the Wednesday
Instead
or
of the
whatever.
Wednesday, and episodes 1 and 2 will both be released at the same time.
Do we have the date?
Oh, God.
This changes
Is
everything.
it May?
It's
no.
early May.
It will be after Moon Knight finishes.
Yeah, it's like May 20-something, isn't it?
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
I was going to say it has to be after Moon Knight finishes. There's
Yeah,
no way.
they
They haven't
never-
overlapped yet.
Yeah, they never overlap, so.
May 25th.
Because they always have that week break in between where they release that behind-the-scenes thing.
Yeah.
It's too bad they can never do any like Star Wars stuff on Star Wars Day anymore because
Disney.
the day before is Marvel, or that week's always Marvel now.
Yeah.
So
Kind
they
of sucks.
they just pushed it to Friday instead of Wednesday, and that's it.
Well, there's two.
Yeah.
They're gonna kind of
And release 2
up,
episodes rather than 1.
Whatever.
which I
like it.
I don't think that's like insignificant. I mean, I do like when they drop a couple.
Yeah,
to
so,
start me off.
So I can get the vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it could be hurtful in some instances, given a more recent TV show that we watched. I mean, you watched the first episode? Maybe. Second episode?
we'll get to that.
Absolutely not.
We'll
it wasn't
get to
really
that a
going to
little
change.
more.
We can get into
opinions.
that, but, it's... Whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So late May, and
2 episodes.
that was it. 2 episodes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Ewan McGregor did a YouTube video about it. Like, attention, everyone. It was pretty cool.
No.
I watched it.
They'll be promoting it a lot more.
Oh, yeah,
They'll be
yeah.
promoting it a
Did,
lot
did he
more.
wave his hand on the screen and say, it's always being released on Friday?
No, but I did see him on, I forget what talk show in Britain, talking about how he recorded his voice for the Force Awakens, and he was like, I have to get into Obi-Wan. Hold on. it took him a little bit to say like his line from that movie.
Questionably the biggest missed opportunity of all time.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is?
Not having like ghost Jedi speak to Rey at that moment. Instead, they just had the voices of everybody who was a Jedi, essentially. Why not just put the digital Why not just have a ghost?
Are you thinking of the
Yes.
last one? Or
Yeah, the last Jedi. How at the end?
mean
how
Rise of Skywalker?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker. Sorry, Jesus,
thought
they're
you
all
meant-
blended together and
Yeah.
just pure chaos.
I thought you meant the video game Force Unleashed.
No.
Yeah.
That was a good game. I like that game.
I liked it too. It was kind of like Dark Souls, but not quite.
I mean, let's be honest. It was
easier.
good for that, like, one bit where you played as Vader.
no, the game itself was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the game was all right.
It's fine.
That Vader part, whoa.
The junkyard boss that you have to fight there, hated it. Actually, I
Yeah.
can. We're 5 minutes in. Fucking hated it. I like to wait a little bit to drop an F-bomb, but
Oh, I had no idea this was a rule.
Just in case there's kids in the car.
yeah. I personally like to wait a little
We
bit.
get that E rating real quick.
Chris puts this on all the time when he's driving his kids around. So
I wish someone made me aware of this. I've sweared multiple times.
I try not.
Especially in your intro,
I try
yeah.
not to let the. You have done that recently a lot. I do try not
Like a lot.
to play stuff around the kids now because one is at the age where they pick up on everything and then they repeat everything.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
we
Yeah.
got to be a little careful
have to
nowadays.
be. Yeah. Well, you know what you could show them
No.
is our other. It's another TV release date news. Game of Thrones coming out 2 weeks before Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So these guys are going head to head.
It's a Clash of Clans.
Balls on HBO for doing this.
That's like really dropping it on the table. I'll tell you. Like
Yeah.
that's
Is it
you
going to
know.
be? Are we thinking Sunday nights? Probably.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Sunday
for
nights
sure.
on
Oh,
HBO versus. When does Prime do it? They usually dump.
weekend release? Yeah.
They dump
Friday.
everything, don't they?
No.
You know they
They've
they
been
do
doing
it. I
episodes.
think they've said they're doing it week by week.
Oh,
for,
so that's probably a Friday.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're a little all over the place how they do it because I think like Reacher was all at once. Does that sound right? I don't know. I have watched the 2 episodes, but
Yeah,
there's so much out right now.
there's a lot. There's a lot. I'll give you that.
I mean, the amount of shows that I'm not even talking about on this podcast that I spend like hours watching each week, just incredible. New TV. That's okay. Yeah. So I think it's one thing that I'm not super or wasn't super jazzed on this Game of Thrones prequel series, but I think that's kind of a vote of confidence, right? That they think they have something.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I
I feel like the last season of Game of Thrones left such a sour taste in everyone's mouth that
How would you know?
first of all, I watched most of the final season.
did you?
So you didn't watch the
did
good
you-
parts.
Did you start watching it from the beginning?
Why
like-
would I?
Like most.
So you've
I don't know.
rewatched
That's
it.
how a story works.
Watch it from everything.
Yeah, you've rewatched it somewhat recently, correct? Like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Were you happy with it?
The end season holistically.
Like as a story from beginning to end, were you happy with the product?
Oh yeah.
You were?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're super excited for this show?
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But
No one's excited for this show. No one's talking about this show.
it's because it's in December.
It doesn't
Well,
matter.
It's not
Yeah,
being promoted,
it
and
is
it's
August,
probably
end of
still
August.
being.
It's end of August.
Oh,
So,
I'm sorry, end of August.
So we're
What?
what, 5-6 months away?
Yeah, and
Sooner than you think.
Yeah, but no one is talking.
it's also
about it.
not being promoted as hard as it will be.
Oh yeah, will be.
Yeah.
As will, yeah. I mean,
Right.
let's face it. There are other things HBO probably wants to put some money towards that are coming out sooner.
Yeah, there's some. I'm sure there's at least like 2 or 3 like big shows that are going to come between now and then.
yeah,
Yeah,
You
oh,
just
yeah.
don't want to blow your budget on,
Right,
on
but this
advertising
is-
for 5 months.
This is a
out.
prequel
It's-
to one of the biggest shows ever on HBO. Like, it should be a big deal. They're doing another show. That's a big deal. Like, if this was after the 4th season and they were like, we're doing a prequel, my God, the hype for this show, everybody would be talking about it.
When
We'd
was this
see-
announced?
This was announced after
It wasn't the final season.
They were talking
They-
about doing prequels.
yeah,
before, like,
Yeah,
during that
before then.
They were developing multiple stories. They
And a lot
shot
of them
a
got-
pilot that they
Yeah.
passed on, and now this is like a second one that
Yeah.
obviously they've followed up and made into a series.
Okay.
So, like, the hype on this is almost non-existent. No one is talking about this. I mean, we're talking about it because it's somewhat news.
I'm only gonna
I
say
will watch
that.
this.
I'm only gonna
I
say
will
that
watch
when it
this,
comes
by
to
the way.
like June. I'll only say that if it's the same sentiment in June, then sure, I'll agree with you. But
My God, Sean,
What?
you're gonna watch this, but not Game of Thrones.
Well, because I watched most of season, was it 8? And yeah, no, it's not worth the payoff. It's so dumb.
yeah, but like the
no,
seasons
but, like,
leading up to
it's-
that are
yeah.
good.
like the seasons up to that are probably like. I mean, it is some of the best television ever created.
It's a sour taste, but it was like a good meal before.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus, yeah. You had a nice, like,
Yeah, like,
6-course
the
meal.
overall arch, yes, that had
It's like Taco Bell. It's like it tastes really good, and then at the end, it's just really bad.
It's just the overall arch had a bad ending, but like the subplots in between were really good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Everything prior to that final season was fantastic. Everything. It was hard to top.
I mean, you had the Stone Men.
Oh my God! Don't let them touch you. Oh my God! So many good times.
There were some stupid parts.
Of course there
I'll
were.
give you that.
How did the snowmen swim?
I mean, the fact that they had to reshoot the entire first episode was, that was.
Have you ever seen some of the pictures from the original? It looks like so dumb.
Yeah, it really did. It really did. Actually, I got what was I gonna say? I got the what's the drawings of the
Art book?
Oh no, yeah, I got the art book, but it's of the seasons
Like storyboards?
storyboards. That's
Yeah.
right. I got the storyboard like pictures and everything. Like, it looks pretty. I mean, I love that thing. It looks pretty good. But yeah, some of the pictures from that first shoot.
Unaired pilot?
Yeah,
Which I think, like...
I don't think they'll ever.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like 10 or 20% of the actual pilot is in... Well, of that pilot is in the real one. But
And HBO's probably like, oh shit. We're dropping a ton of money into this.
I'm still shocked they like just pulled the plug on like this other prequel series that was just totally separate. Like it's not like they reshot this pilot. Like there was going to be a whole different show.
Yeah.
Like Naomi, Watts?
Watts, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not cheap either.
No.
Because
No.
people know Game of Thrones title means more money for the actors and actresses, and everybody wants their piece of the pie.
Absolutely.
So.
Do we have any other news before we get to our Oscars recap?
There's a bunch of news, but it's surrounding.
Well, yeah.
Actually, I did have something. I did have something. So Disney, the adult Marvel shows are now on Disney, and I guess come to find out that Disney's now editing out certain things of other TV shows.
I
been
heard they
doing
edited
that for
out
a
some of the
while.
blood from
some of-
Falcon to Winter
Falcon
Soldier.
Winter
Yeah.
Soldier,
Yeah.
but there's also I don't think anybody's pointed it out, but it seems like they're going to start doing it for the other Daredevil.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you do it for Punisher, but I mean, there's going to be questions I think coming up with Disney on what they're going to do with this content that everybody wants to see, but everybody's afraid that their kids are going to see it, and then they're going to
easy
tone
way-
down
The easy way to do it,
Daredevil,
put it on Hulu.
put it on Hulu. That's right.
That's the easy way to do it.
I don't like when I went on to Disney Plus to watch Moon Knight. They had like I had to sign in again in order to access anything.
Really?
Yeah, I had to like set my parental
Yeah,
code.
I had to set mine too.
I think I already did because I had a child watching.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah.
If you set it beforehand, yes.
Yeah, I
but I
think
had to
that's-
go in and set mine for that too.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm
you know
pretty
what? Now
sure I
I
did
need
it
to.
beforehand,
Now that she
so.
knows how to operate TV,
Mm.
I should probably set that correctly now.
My 1-year-old knows how to like try to unlock phones. Like he knows how to swipe and stuff.
Oh yeah.
so-
Doesn't know how to walk, but he knows how
Yeah,
to do
no, he
that.
knows how to use a phone somehow. We don't know why.
But anyway,
Weird times we live
He's
in.
watching you, man. That's
That-
why.
that's what it
how
is.
they learn. They watch you.
and swipe and then type.
Learned from watching.
You think he's just eating those Cheerios off at a Dreamland? No, he's studying you.
Actually, I had a proud father geek moment the other day. We watched the T-Rex scene from Jurassic Park because it was on TV. And like,
My parents wouldn't show that to me until I was like 8.
but he loves dinosaurs, so it doesn't. matter.
yes, when they're eating children,
He's
off,
also-
other adults off toilets.
Yeah, no,
I mean, like
he's not
our
afraid of
dad
anything.
didn't let us watch The Simpsons for a while.
Yeah, for a while. No, I like.
I was-
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't on the big screen. It was on the little TV we have upstairs. But I like held him up. I was like, "Look at the T-Rex." He was like,
Your Michael
"Oh."
Scott TV.
Yeah, my Michael Scott TV. Yeah. But he was like reaching for it, and like when the T-Rex comes through the roof of the car, like he jumped, but then started laughing and clapping.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna torture this child.
No, I'm not, dude. He's
show him
not
Alien.
afraid. No, that I won't do.
All right,
He's
throw a
learning
little-
to appreciate cinema.
throw a little
Be
Hellraiser
like,
in there.
Stan Winston. Stan Winston. Yeah, it's funny because it's kind of a joke, but like,
Not really.
not
I can
not
see
for
you doing it.
Sean's
Not for me, yeah.
appreciation of practical effects.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Stan
a,
Winston is a big guy.
and a legend.
But anyway, discussions need to be held at Disney because, fan favorites like The Punisher, that's going to be a tricky situation when you get to that. When you get to trying to redo it, if you're going to try and redo it, which I think they should, but there's going to be that discussion. How far can they go?
Is that on?
All of
Plus?
them are,
They're
them
all
are
on
there.
Plus.
Interesting.
So it's you got to be a little.
Listen, so long as they have that Luke Cage scene where he like knocks over 5 guys with a couch, I'm good.
Oh, the Fort Knox scene.
Yeah, the Fort Knox scene.
That's a great scene.
Great scene.
All right. Why don't we just get into the greatest show of the year?
Yes.
And
We had a ground-shaking moment, and
had some careers be made, some careers be lost.
Everything we knew was wrong. And Sean, who won the game? Who
All
won the
right, all right.
contest?
So, we'll go with the contest. So we'll go back to
We'll do that. Well, you start with that first.
Yeah. Loser with getting 9 out of 23, which is less than 50%. We have Sam.
Thank you. Thank
Ooh.
you. Thank you. Hold your applause.
I was really thinking it was me for a minute.
Then, all right, that one's. Then no, it's my wife's. She got 3. She doesn't count. She's not on this podcast.
Oh, she did, 'cause, like, she's a woman?
Don't make me slap you.
Okay.
Anyways, in third place. In third place with 13, we have Chris. In second place with 16 out of 23, John.
See, but I just put Dune for everything. That's why.
Because they won for everything.
But you also didn't research anything. Guess who does?
I did.
I do plenty of research.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I do a crap load.
Every time I was like, oh yeah, it won these things. He's like, yes, exactly. And this, and this, and this, and this. Like he knew more than I did going in. So, and then I had 19 out of 23.
Me and Sam are fighting for the trash, just flipping coins. What's this movie again?
The equivalent of my research is whatever you guys say on the podcast.
Yeah.
It does help.
All right, so let's start with this.
All right.
The 3 hosts, Amy Schumer,
Yep.
Wanda Sykes, and Regina Hall. Sorry, Jesus, Regina Hall. What'd you think? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked it.
Yeah,
They were funny.
all right.
The one thing that I've always said, first of all, Amy Schumer's not the funniest. I love Wanda Sykes. She's hysterical. And Regina Hall is hysterical too. But what was scripted for all of them, they did really well. When they went off script, Wanda Sykes and Regina Hall soared in ways, and I feel like Amy Schumer showed her true colors.
I don't know. Amy Schumer had probably the best off the
That is true.
of like the mood has changed
the
here.
mood
What
is-
is
what did I miss? Like, yeah.
Oh, you
no,
mean make the easiest joke imaginable?
exactly? That's the
Yeah,
other thing.
yeah.
Like, it was the best,
I-
but it was also a toss up.
Yeah. I mean, Regina Hall, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Regina Kingdom. No. Regina Hall. That was fine. Whatever. Amy Schumer, I thought actually like had a real sort of like, oh, I feel like I'm watching the Oscars now. Where she, after they sort of all 3 of them had a monologue, she sort of followed up and had one like a minute or 2 later.
Yeah.
And like that felt real because it was kind of like poking fun at people, which we'll get to and circle back in a moment. But I don't know, man. It's incredible how much of a train wreck this show was before the thing happened. The big sort of takeaway that I've agreed with when I've heard it is like, it's kind of like not showing like the love of movies or love for movies. It's about like, all these like, I mean, first off, one, it's just like very, combative, like off the gun with some of these things. Like, a lot of like political stuff, which whatever, agree, disagree, I don't really care. But like, you're not really like trying to like bring people in by doing these sort of things, It has nothing to do with movies. Like it doesn't have anything to do with, films of the past or films of the current year. It was weird because I saw a lot of the, like, randomly the best tributes seem to come from watch commercials and not the actual Oscars itself. We had this like random James Bond tribute, this like Godfather tribute, which was like
Just out there.
was always never going to hit right because it came right after the slap, and but I don't even think it was done really that well to
There was
begin
also
with.
an odd Juno.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
tribute.
all of those are like. I'm just very happy we all got to get together. Although I wasn't with you guys, we got to celebrate the 28th anniversary of Pulp Fiction as a family.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
you know.
you couldn't wait 2 years.
Yeah, do we need that? Or
But this was.
I mean, even the White Man Can't Jump one, which was probably the best of all of those.
It's just,
But
it
it's-
It was still
such
like,
a-
just why? Why?
And even then, it's like that's like such a weird collection of people. Like for like the fucking Oscars, like
You can't get a movie star up there to do introductions. You can't get a movie star to give out awards.
like
Why do we need
I get the
comedians?
Bond one because it's like okay, yeah, Bond's a
but
big
Sam,
part.
No, but
Sam,
why?
literally with the Bond thing, like Javier Bardem and Judi Dench were like 3 feet away.
Yeah.
Like, why
And you
weren't they the
can't-
ones doing
And
it?
you
True.
can't
Yeah.
ask like Daniel Craig to come up there and do it, or Pierce Brosnan. Like get the 3 of the Bonds to
Of
go
the
up
living
there.
ones,
The living
yeah.
ones. Why not?
No mention of George Lazenby, very problematic. As
Okay.
past Bonds.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he's
there's
in
a
a
few.
movie.
There's a few things that they didn't bring up,
Yeah.
like in memoriam too. But we don't have to get into that.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
the-
The in
the-
memoriam thing is just weird.
I don't know how I feel about so
The in memoriam was number one, almost disrespectful in a way that you have these 20 dancers
Yeah.
on stage, and the picture isn't risen.
Yeah.
You can't see the
Right.
people on the screen, and I don't know.
it was
It
was
just-
a distraction, but it also felt like I was in like one of those southern churches.
Yeah,
like,
Southern
It
Baptist
felt like
church,
it felt like a New Orleans funeral.
It was like I liked it, but at the same time I was like going based on years past. Like it's more.
I liked
about
it
the
because it was
person.
different. Because
Yeah.
it's like, all right, we got in the somber one.
You know what I
over and
hated,
over
Let's
again.
get a little more uplifting.
I did like the you brought people out to say something.
I
about
hated
it.
I
that.
didn't like that
I
because it's
hated
like
it.
they're the better dead person.
Exactly. You have
And like
3 people.
it's like kind of I don't know, man. Like there's just a lot of stuff when it's like dead people and grieving and
Yeah.
remembrance. That's just
Yeah.
like I think it's like people have very specific takes, and it's like no one really has a wrong opinion, but like I don't know.
Yeah, but
I've
that's-
never been a fan of that. Especially then, it's like Jamie Lee Curtis is like holding a dog, which almost seemed weirder than the movie we just saw with her in it, which is really saying something, which we'll talk about in a month probably. But yeah, I don't know.
I was
it's-
not okay with that. It was just felt weird.
the Oscars themselves. So we'll just get into the show itself.
Yeah.
So I was watching. I think I told you guys I was watching I watched a lot of Oscar stuff before, way more than I usually do.
What out of curiosity, just what do you watch?
I whatever was ABC or E channel,
Oh,
whatever.
like the red carpet.
Whatever
Oh,
it
red
was,
carpet
but I
crap.
just wanted. I only watched it for reference on who was still outside at 7 because that's when they started doing was essentially all the Dune Awards.
I guess, and it was
And-
funny. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I wanted to watch and see how many people were out there. There were still a ton of people out there, which to me indicates that nobody was in the theater, which is what the producer said that they wanted to happen. They wanted everybody in at 7, not 8. And it wasn't that way. And that's completely disrespectful to the people who are getting those awards.
It is. I honestly, when I first heard, because I think there was just different people were talking like, "Oh, we're not going to see these awards at all." No,
Yeah.
they've never said that. And I don't know. I think at the end of the day, what did we really get for doing it? It seemed like it
Time
pissed
was
off
still
a
the
lot of
same.
people.
Time was
the
still
length
the
was still the same.
But there was no walking up. There wasn't the awkward.
But
I think they cut the speeches though.
Yeah,
they did cut the speeches.
So
they
we
slimmed
saved
them
what
down.
collectively like 2 minutes.
But
Personally, I
theoretically,
liked
you
it,
didn't.
though. Yeah,
You didn't. The Oscars was the same length as the last one.
I mean, it still went 3.5 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't
Exactly.
think the ROI, the return is there for like the
yeah,
shitstorm.
you've upset everyone and
Yeah.
you've gained nothing.
Yeah, and you slighted these people.
You know,
and,
you know what the producer? I watched like an interview with the producer. I forget his name.
yeah.
The first words they said, "Oh, when you were asked to do the Oscars, what did you say? What did you say to the board of governors or whatever it was?"
Yeah.
And they go, "I want to make a 4-hour Oscar show," and I go, "And that's why this is bad.
Yep.
That's why."
Instead of
And-
like, hey, let's make this entertaining and short to actually put people like behind their televisions,
Exactly.
watch it.
The board is all about getting people to view this again because they
Yeah.
still think for some reason they're a 50 million person viewing
Yeah,
show, but
I mean,
nowhere
like,
near that.
Well,
Let's-
no, I mean it's
They still think
they,
that.
They
They
really
still
need
think that.
viewers though. Like it's bumped up from 10 to 15, but it was 40 million in 2014. Like 8 years ago.
I mean, I'm of the opinion at this point. It's like there's no way to save this at this point.
No, there isn't. And the ways they're trying to do it with all like the fan favorite scenes and all that crap
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
did, not gonna happen.
Like,
Which, can we talk about the fan favorite moment and fan favorite
Best cheer or whatever.
cheer? It's cheer moment and movie of 2021.
Twitter poll.
Both of them were Twitter polls. Sam must be in heaven because both of them were Zack Snyder films.
Yeah.
And both of them were credited as Oscar award-winning films briefly on IMDb because they won the Twitter polls. Which, can I just say...
Did they actually end up getting?
No,
right?
They-
They did- yeah.
So they originally, on IMDb, they were credited as Oscar award-winning films, and then someone called them out for it, so they changed it to what they actually won because they didn't win Oscars.
No.
Especially
They
since
won a
Barry
12-second TV
Allen,
slot.
yeah, Barry Allen going into the Speed Force from Zack Snyder's Justice League, which wasn't even released in movie theaters.
Right. Which I kind of love.
Oh, this whole thing was just a troll job.
There was like a Johnny Depp movie
that no one ever saw.
or heard
Cinderella from Amazon,
Right.
which was
It's-
like horrid.
It's really just a,
It was
it's a shame.
What's just more just fuel the fire. The next day, Ezra Miller gets arrested for a bar fight.
Yeah, I
did
know,
he?
right?
yeah, in
Yes, he did. Yep.
Australia,
Hawaii. And he has a temporary restraining order against him from the couple that he assaulted.
Oh, okay. I did see that.
Yep. So that just
That
it gets
happened.
there. It gets there.
Good job, Warner Brothers.
Oh man.
Yeah, that one's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
okay. Let's talk about it.
We've been
I'm not-
slapping
I-
around the
how
bush
did
a
it-
lot.
I don't want to. I don't know if we should rehash what's going on.
I don't think
everybody,
we really need to.
everybody's
No,
done
I'm
it.
just curious, as I wasn't able to join you guys for the viewing party. How did it play in the room?
It was
silent.
awkward, right?
Yeah, we were like,
it was
what's going
the
on?
most awkward 15
thought it
seconds
was-
of visual
I
silence.
thought it was staged until they
Same.
cut the audio.
Because it looked. I mean, obviously it was a real punch, but it looked
A slap.
It looked
Real slap.
It
was
okay.
Is-
Open hands.
Well, the
Open
eyes of the
hand.
law,
It
it's
was
still
a-
assault, so
was
it doesn't
a-
matter.
Yeah, but it was very theatrical. You
Oh
know?
Yeah.
very-
Oh, God,
like
yeah.
he learned. So I saw somebody describe it as he learned how to slap on a movie set.
Right.
Like that is the exact slap you do on a movie set, but he made contact.
Yeah.
But
Like
it was.
I don't know if it's like Will Smith can't slap or Chris Rock can take a slap. I'm not sure which one it is.
He took a
You
slap.
took it. He took a
took
slap.
a
It's
slap.
Will
definitely
Smith
he
is
took
like
a slap.
6'2". Like he's a bigger. Like,
There was
he's a lot
there was
bigger
some
than
nice
Chris Rock.
shoulder thrust into that one. I think
Yeah.
so.
It was all
he
upper
got
body.
it.
Like
He got it.
I wasn't sure if like looking at it, I'm like, all right, is this just made to look like it's a good slap or is this a
Yeah.
good slap?
So
But
Sam,
then when you had the funny editing and like the noise cut out,
yeah,
you're
the
like,
noise. It
oh,
was all
this
the
is
noise cut out.
definitely-
Yeah.
Like,
it
what's
was
Will Smith
it was
saying?
the noise cut out, and then Chris Rock said he slapped something, cut out again.
Yeah.
And then he says something about let's go to documentary, whatever it was.
We're here
then
to hand out
you said you
documentary.
realized it was real. I think you were a little hesitant. I was hesitant. I thought
okay.
it was a little fake.
I swear it wasn't until probably midday, maybe early afternoon Monday that like finally my head was like, no, that wasn't staged. That was real.
Really?
Like,
oh,
'cause
really?
if it
Because
was-
the minute they cut the audio, I was like,
It was
oh.
see, you were quick, and then I went on Twitter and
Yeah.
found the Australian feed, whatever it was, where
Oh,
they
yeah,
said
yeah, yeah.
they heard all the swears, and I'm like,
Yep.
if it was fake, he would not be saying these words.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, into the auditorium.
right.
It's-
But like still in my head I was like, no, it's fake. It's got to be fake. Like even with
you
all that,
can't.
even with all the information in front of me, everything was given to me. I was like,
Right.
Yeah.
no, it's got to be fake. This can't be real.
Back and to left.
Black helicopters over
But-
here. No, it was just an insane moment. Like
But
I can't
never-
believe we had it so close to the La La Land thing, which I thought would never be topped.
Yeah, but it was.
Oh, this is
But
top. This tops everything.
so-
It was the sort of thing. It's like the possibility of this, like you hadn't even considered.
Yeah.
Look,
you know?
Yeah, no idea.
Also, just never would expect Will Smith would be the one to do
Right?
this.
Of all people.
Like Mickey Rourke, sure, but
Of all people. And I mean,
Anthony
you're looking
Hopkins,
at it.
of course.
We can move into whether or not
Anthony Hopkins too. When he just comes out, he's like,
Oh,
Will
yeah.
Smith said it all.
But
Dude,
so-
he had nobody after that moment knew what to say.
Yeah.
Nobody,
Like,
not
what-
even the scripted presenters
but
knew what to say.
like put yourself in those shoes. What do
yeah.
you say in that moment?
What do you,
Like,
well, this
Like,
is I don't know if it's on the
so-
Academy to do something about it or
Well,
if
we'll get into that.
we're gonna
So
just go right into
really
it.
quick breakdown of like things that happened, why I thought it was a joke. First of all, Chris Rock says the joke, right?
Oh, he handles it incredible. Like, I mean, like as an entertainer.
Yeah.
Will Smith laughs his ass off at the G.I. Jane
Yeah.
joke. You see him like leaning back in his chair, laughing. And then 5 seconds later, he's on that stage slapping him.
Yeah,
getting that-
Jada said something.
She had to. I want to see that missing media.
no,
Like-
no, you'll never get it.
No,
You'll
I
never
know,
get it.
but
It's
something.
non-existent.
There was a camera.
We're
on
missing
that couple.
15 minutes of the tape.
Yeah, it will never get
No.
it.
Oh, I think there's an angle I see on like TikTok that's like it's behind them.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
in the frame.
Oh, okay.
But like something was said, something happened where he went from laughing to this is the most insulting thing I've ever heard.
Which, I mean, Will Smith is just like full of shit.
Right.
Like, you know.
But to
I mean, all these people really are, but like, you know, it
oh,
really
I know.
just
No,
exposed that.
this couple
they're
is
meant to
very
be.
fake.
They're meant to be. Like they're celebrities. This is what's
They're
going on. It's the
celebrities,
celebrities
specifically
at the
actors.
most roastable show ever.
Oh yeah, but
Of course you're gonna get
go
this
back,
stuff.
go back like a month or so when Jada Pinkett Smith announced that she has alopecia, which once again is not a life-threatening disease. It just means you lose hair.
Well, yeah, but that's not okay.
But that's not
But-
like losing hair for women is.
Yeah,
it
I
could
mean,
be
like
very
it
traumatic
was,
for
it
some.
was,
But it's not.
But-
it's not like
but-
she's like a. I mean, she's a. No, like people didn't know that. Like, I mean, like, no,
right.
like people
But
really. It
so-
wasn't in like the public. Like
Nobody
knowledge,
pays
you know?
So
enough
she-
attention to
Right.
the celebrity.
She
to-
announced on Instagram that she had it in a video. Hold on, this makes it even better. Where she says, "At this point, all you got to do is just laugh at it and accept it." And yet, a G.I. Jane joke set her off
Well,
after stating that you just got to laugh at it.
look, I can't. I'm not. Those
Yeah,
two
I
go
don't
back.
think we're gonna defend
Whatever.
any
We're
of
not.
this.
No,
trying
yeah,
to
like,
defend
like
any of
I'm
this.
not
let's,
defending
let's
anything,
say
but-
the joke was you shouldn't have made the joke, but like, all right, the response was a million times
yeah.
past
Yeah, right.
where you should do.
And like another thing that I didn't realize until I watched a breakdown. So there's this guy on YouTube who breaks down like sports plays, like baseball plays, and will like tell you, like he'll read lips and tell you what they're saying, and it's pretty funny. He does a lot of replays. So he did this, and I never noticed it in all the times that I've said it, where Will Smith is telling him to get his wife's name out of his mouth, and like you need to stop.
Fucking mouth, I believe is what he said.
I was trying to, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Anyways.
it's
Yeah,
It's Sam.
feed it to Sam.
Ah, God.
He did it first today.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
He drew first blood.
But anyways, so at one point under his breath when he said saying stop saying all this stuff, Chris Rock says, "Oh, I can," under his breath, and then quickly adjusts. He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm done. Like, so Chris Rock was like split second away from just going off on
Oh
the
yeah.
Smiths.
I mean, like
Look, Chris Rock comes out as like the guy.
Yeah, he
A
was
good,
very professional.
professional
well,
guy.
yeah. I mean, like
After
not
that-
totally clean, but like.
Look, he's a comedian.
It's
He's
not
a
hard to
comedian.
look better than Will Smith at that point.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Well,
no, I
it's-
mean, he just handled it really well. Too.
Oh, yeah.
let's go. Let's progress a little bit further.
I mean, well, can I throw out what happened? I mean, what would happen, guys, if this got out of hand? You know, like what if like Chris Rock like threw a punch back?
Right.
Which I mean, you know, and by the way, you see him like recoil back, and this is just like human nature of like,
Yeah.
oh, I just got attacked. Like you can tell he's like almost like what or he's
more
like
in
ready
shock.
to like counter or something like
Yeah.
that. And like what if like Will Smith just like killed him on stage and there in the Oscars, where would you bury the survivors? But I don't know. It could it actually could have. I mean, I don't know. It would have been.
coulda-
let's
could've
go
gotten worse.
a little bit. Let's just go a little bit further here. Is like I'm not gonna lie, and this is after multiple days of just ingesting everything that's coming out. Did did Will Smith essentially just kill
His
number one,
career?
his career,
Yes.
but number two, just the Oscars holistically?
No.
No, he saved it.
Do you think? I
Okay,
think I
so-
think he may have saved it for next year.
yeah,
but
next year,
definitely
yeah.
nowhere near.
So
in the
this
future.
is.
I mean, 500,000 people tuned in after. That's
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
what
obviously.
Why is Will
But-
Smith trending?
But let's
Did he
career
win the
career
Oscar?
first. Career first.
Yeah, career. He destroyed it. He's
Destroyed.
I
He's
don't
done.
know. I mean, like, this is the kind of thing where, like, a year from now, are we talking about?
Well, that's,
Well,
The fact that we're almost a week later and we're
oh
not
no,
talking
this
about
this has
him
legs,
winning.
but
Yeah.
like a year from now.
so. There was talk in the news that the board of the Academy is meeting together in a
Yes.
couple weeks
Well-
to quote unquote punish him.
Well,
I mean,
because
which-
there's more to the story before we get to that point. So after the assault, they went to him and said, "We need you to leave the establishment," and he refused to go.
Yeah.
Now you're only
That's-
given some time between in commercials where you can do that. You can't really forcefully like remove him because then it makes a scene.
No,
We
just
cut
every
back
other
for-
establishment in the country can.
yeah,
But
right.
But he's also in the front row, and it's like now.
can you imagine that? Like that would be fantastic.
So he could have not have been there to accept his Oscar, which at this point, so
Which, given the circumstances, I don't think anybody would have been shocked.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You know,
if they took him off,
if he just wasn't there, like
Yeah.
if you just
yeah,
you know, he's-
I almost
But-
wish they did.
the fact
It
that
probably
he-
would have
yeah.
saved it.
Well, the fact that he refused to leave after that incident
So-
is one of the reasons why they're going into this meeting with the Board of Governors on April 18th to decide is he going to get suspended or expelled from the Academy.
right. Which I mean, to be fair, it's not like he's gonna really win another Oscar, so it doesn't really
No, but
matter.
at this point, like the Oscars try and hold themselves to the standard.
Mm-hmm.
They've progressed all that. Like this is A class. Everybody loves everybody. We're all
Yeah.
we're all Democrats here. But you're just this guy just assaulted somebody, and then you give him an award.
Right.
Two
Well,
categories later.
So-
Isn't Bill Cosby still a member? Like,
I don't know.
this
I
is
don't know.
not-
I know.
I don't know.
I don't think he is anymore.
But this is
I'm not
like
sure
they
if he
probably
even ever
they
was.
probably dumped Bill Cosby right as they found out about all these all that stuff with him. This happened literally right in
Well,
front of millions of people.
The problem too is no one. Well, I shouldn't say no one. There's like two people who actually know what's in that envelope. So
Well, the auditors from wherever.
right. They're the only ones who know what that envelope says. So the Academy has no idea if Will Smith won or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Although he probably was going to.
This
You're
is
right. He was definitely the favorite.
Yeah.
this is the situation wherein the Academy should have taken him out regardless. Taken him out, and then cut to commercial, get him out of the building.
Yeah.
And this is how I would have played it. Take him out, get him out
Yeah.
of the building, cut to commercial, have Chris Rock finish the presentation, feel wicked bad for the documentary guys who won.
No, yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for just anybody who had
after.
anything to do with
Yeah.
it
yeah,
afterwards.
it's just awful. But then you announce the award for male performance, and if he wins, then you have Amy Schumer or whoever go up there and just say, "Hey, look, this isn't what we stand for," and then
But
all this other stuff, and then go out.
we are at the point now, so it's been 4 days. Will Smith has issued 2 apologies since then, but also after winning the award, partied like nothing happened,
Look,
which is fine. It's his time to shine, but like
no.
something just
No, I
happened.
mean,
It should have been
fine. Like, I'm not going to stick him in jail for that, but like,
Right.
you're a total piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It should have been
And
the
can I-
first 30 seconds of his speech is just the apology,
agree.
get it done. out of
Like,
the way.
I understand in the sense that like that literally happened an hour ago. You still are on those emotions, so like maybe you're not going to apologize to Chris Rock in that moment.
However,
However,
He didn't apologize to the 16 million
a
people who were
total-
watching.
a total like lack of contrition.
He-
and
like he was. It felt like he was just making excuses the entire
He was
time.
shrouding
Right.
it in
Right,
the
like
love of
he
his
was-
family and everything.
he was
Yeah.
the victim.
he was the
and-
victim because you get criticism from everything, and it's your job to just let it brush it off, and like it's like, dude, it was a G.I. Jane joke about your wife, and you slapped him for
Like,
it
it
after
was-
laughing.
There
at
have been
It
worse
was a
jokes.
bad joke.
Every
Oh yeah.
It wasn't. It was like
That was my favorite line, by the way, when Chris Rock's like, a G.I. Jane joke?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't. It should have been the first 30 seconds directly apologize to
I agree.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
He'd never
Well,
apologize to the people who were watching.
He
just the people in the
has
audience.
Released a
Who gives a shit,
statement.
though?
Apologize. What? Oh, to the
It's
people
so,
watching.
it's so,
Yeah.
To the
those are
people
so
watching?
empty. Oh, no.
It's-
no,
yeah,
no,
oh yeah, the whole
no,
thing.
he-
Instagram
the
apology.
Instagram
he
apology.
released an apology to Chris Rock on social media, but not to his face. He's never talked to Chris
Yeah.
Rock since then.
Oh, I mean,
Well, I don't.
I mean,
I
like
don't-
Chris Rock's in Boston right now.
Yeah, but
so.
even then, I don't think it.
But like,
It at this point, I don't even think Chris Rock
Yeah.
would accept
so,
the call.
well, Chris Rock was asked about it yesterday, and he said, "I'm still processing what happened."
Well, he wasn't at. He's performing.
He's
in
performing.
Boston.
Well, I know,
downtown,
no,
yeah.
he was asked after
like
but
on
yeah,
the
I know.
street
Yeah,
or
but
whatever.
whatever.
He was asked by, but
He doesn't need to say anything. Everybody else is speaking
But-
for him.
Also, the authorities asked Chris Rock if if he would press charges against Will Smith, and he denied it every time. So, like, there's a chance that Will Smith could have been arrested if he slapped the wrong person. Like, Chris Rock seems to be kind of the kind of guy who's like, yeah, whatever. Like, just let it go. You know, I don't want to
I mean,
escalate
after
this
all,
into
it is
something.
just a slap.
Right,
Like,
right.
It's not like he's, suffering from, facial damage or something.
Right,
Like,
right. So
It's just a
But, like,
slap. But at the same time, it was a slap in
it's-
front of like
it's-
20 million people.
It's still assault, regardless of how
at
you
the
look
end
at
of the
it.
day, it's assault. But what makes things even weirder is the fact that Regina Hall made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's infidelity to them.
Yeah, well,
earlier
their
in
open
the night.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she made that joke. So there was a worse joke made towards Jada that night.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
You're at that point,
I
you're
mean, I don't
poking
know if
fun
that
at
was
some.
worse.
You're
Like,
poking
that's-
fun at their personal life, which
but
granted,
that was something they publicly talked
said,
about.
because they're
Like,
insane.
well,
Well,
I'm not
I
here to
don't know.
judge their lifestyle choices, just who they punch. Slap.
Slap.
Yeah. Not a great thing. It's a real kind of like, you can't cross this line. It's not good. And, frankly, I'll say this. I knew it was real because in my mind, I was like, oh, there's awful repercussions from something like this. No one's ever going to. Surprisingly, a lot of people were like, yeah, good on him.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Will
that.
Smith?
Yeah, people are supporting Will Smith out there.
Yeah, that's not okay.
I mean,
No.
not like three random people on Twitter. Like they did a poll, whatever this is worth, but like 20%, something like that. Like,
Yeah, I get
it's like,
that.
no, dude, that's
defending
inexcusable.
honor is
Right, but, like,
important and stuff, but
You're not defending
I mean,
her honor, though.
that's not, especially when you're laughing at it in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, there are better ways to defend her honor.
Yeah, and it's not like you're supposed to be the high class of society
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You're the one percenters.
Plus-
I mean, quite literally, with your
Plus,
income,
like,
you're one
just
percenters.
the way Will Smith has always sold himself.
Yeah.
Right?
Was
Yeah.
he was
Never
always
been-
the good guy.
Right, he's always the
remotely
good guy.
controversial.
Yeah.
You take this afterwards and address it to him. Hey, my wife's got alopecia. This is why she loses hair.
Or
That was a
you
bad
just
joke.
release a
And then-
statement after.
Or
not even a
or-
statement. Just talk to him
Or
after.
if it played out the way it was, this is like how my mind was like, oh, this is going to happen. If he walked up on stage and like went in for a handshake, hugged him, whispered something, and then sat down, it's like something's weird. Oh, that was probably staged. Oh, whatever. Let's get over this joke.
There's like a million different ways you can handle
Yeah.
this better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's
it's-
like almost every possibility.
There's a million different ways you can handle this and make Chris Rock look like the bad
He
guy.
chose the third worst.
Okay, we're not gonna
Well,
go.
Number
yeah,
two is
we're not
punch.
gonna-
Number one is kill him.
We're not gonna get into that one. Look, so in the end, do we want? I mean, what do you think? Do you think Will Smith should lose the Oscar?
Yes.
It doesn't.
Yes.
Do you think he
100%.
should? I mean,
Yes.
this is literally what his whole life
This
he wants.
happened-
He wanted this his whole
This
life.
happened before he was given the Oscar. Yes. At the moment of the slap, he has been kicked out of the Academy. Cannot win that Oscar.
I mean, like Mel Gibson's done worse.
I agree.
I don't know.
I'm
Is
looking-
he assaulted people?
Has Mo Gibson
don't-
assaulted anybody?
I don't think he's assaulted
I
anybody.
don't know if he's assaulted anyone.
Verbally
but like
abused, but
the shit he said.
For sure. For sure.
Sam, I don't remember. What did he say? No.
I'm not.
No, we're not going down a Mel Gibson road right
I'm
now.
just kidding. I'm kidding.
We're talking Will Smith
Yeah.
and his.
No,
Also, shout out the Oscars for barely mentioning a major conflict and a pandemic that's killed 10 million people. Just they're very very chill.
The what? They just didn't mention anything about the pandemic.
Almost like nothing.
Oh no, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Chris Rock mentioned something. Breathing raw dog.
That was a funny joke.
That was a funny
and
joke.
nobody's gonna remember it.
I'm down for him losing the Oscar.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
The thing is, if Will Smith did nothing, we wouldn't be talking about the G.I. Jane joke. The
Yeah.
joke that
No,
was
yeah,
so
it's so
insulting.
forgettable.
It would
It's so
like
forgettable.
have some legs on Twitter for a little bit, and
Yeah.
then
We'd be-
by this time,
we'd
no one
we'd
would
be talking
about.
about the awful Bruno song redo that they did.
Yeah.
Seriously. Okay, so the Bruno song, of all the songs, you put all the songs together, whatever, the one that stood out to me was the one from King Richard, the Beyonce song,
my
because it was
God.
filmed outside. There was a 5-minute intro to the song. The color was god awful because it was all tennis yellow.
Yeah, it was such a weird. We probably would have talked about that for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But honestly, Sean, tell me what tells you or what says more about the magic of movies than two tennis stars introducing Beyonce for a music
Yeah.
video
To start,
to start
the
the
Oscar.
show.
Like, not even like, we didn't have the three hosts do their intro first.
Right.
That was the intro, was Beyonce.
Okay, that's
singing
why
the
I
song.
didn't see it. I showed up like 5
Yeah.
minutes
Oh,
late.
yeah.
It's
No,
just-
it was awful.
It's such a
was
long.
really long.
It's such a long.
It was like a 10-minute song, like performance
I didn't
song.
miss
And
it.
it was
Cool.
literally, Sam, the entire, everybody was wearing, tennis ball yellow,
Yeah.
weird monotone. It was a choice, and it wasn't a good one.
Chris was like, "Is there something wrong with your
Yeah.
TV?" And for a split second, I was like, "I maybe." Like, I don't think so, but maybe. Like,
You're not
everything is
alone.
bad. Yeah, it was just
awful.
I just, and I think I've said this before too, the songs just, drain the life out of me.
So last year they did them before the Oscars started. I want that again.
I just don't want him.
Do it at 7:30. Start the songs at 7:30. Oscars begin at 8.
That was a good idea. Yeah.
It takes out
just-
so much
I
time.
just don't-
It's so nice.
They brought back clips. That was nice instead of just telling us about
Oh, yeah.
acting performances.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
But
too.
they were short.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Even when they were doing Best Picture, they were short clips. It was great.
They spend 20 seconds showing you the actual movies we're celebrating this year, right?
Yeah.
And they spend 20 minutes on fucking songs.
Yeah.
Most of which aren't even,
Yeah.
they're not good. They're not good songs or they're not good movies most of the
Right.
time.
Yeah, good. I was we could get into the songs. The shocker, but is it Dos Orejitos didn't win,
Yeah.
and
No
I
Time-
don't think any
No
of us
Time
put
to
that
Die.
down. I think we all
Oh,
put that song
yeah.
down. I think we
I
were.
put No Time Today.
Yeah.
you
Sam
did?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I did not
One
know
of
that.
Sam's 9.
See,
One
I
of
was,
the
I
few
was
I won.
too focused on that being the bad song out of that movie that I just failed to neglect that.
It's-
Maybe everybody knows that it's bad and they just
Yeah.
vote for other
So
things.
it was weird too, because thinking about that song, I was like, because I brought it up to you guys. The No Time to Die song came out in 2020, because that was the year that it was original. The
it
movie was supposed to be
released.
coming
Yeah.
out. So
right.
it was on the radio everywhere back then, but then obviously it's not being played anymore because newer music. So I didn't put that together because it's 2 years ago.
but that's
I think
that's-
most people said Encanto though.
Yeah.
You know,
The
it
buzz
what
was-
was-
everybody thought for
Buzz was around
Lin-Manuel,
Which-
getting
Billie Eilish, I've been wrong. She's almost at the EGOT. She does have an Emmy, a Grammy, and an Oscar
What'd you win the Emmy for?
for this song. Yeah.
How'd you win an Emmy for
I
the
don't
song?
know. I read it online that she won 3 awards for
boy.
the song, one of which is the. So she's.
So when is she
she,
going
like,
to be?
perform it?
When is she going to be doing a Tony?
Did she perform it on like a show?
She
or
might
something?
have.
They-
like
Of
an
course-
SNL.
of course.
They have no joke 400 Emmys.
Yeah.
So
Who? Billy?
The
Eilish?
Emmys
Oh,
people.
just the Emmys, just
Yeah.
awards in
So
the year.
yeah. So Billie Eilish at 19 is a Tony away from an EGOT.
Youngest
is
one.
insane.
She would be the youngest one, right?
With an EGOT, I don't know about that, but I don't have the numbers in front of me. But
EGOT watch.
What was I gonna
Okay.
say? Should
Well,
we get to the like?
should,
we got to just address the winner here.
Yeah, go
like,
ahead.
Coda.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Coda.
so happy.
Gosh,
Coda
so
won.
happy.
Remember there are things that won awards at this show?
yeah,
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember him, but
Yeah.
that's
so
beside the
happy
point.
that Power of the Dog lost. So happy.
Okay. Here's where I'm at now with all this. Like you, Sean, I'm also happy Coda won over Power of the Dog. Here's the thing. I can't remotely, by any definition, tell you Coda was the best movie last year. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't, can you really compare it to Dune?
No.
Like, Dune, the only thing I can knock Dune for is it's not a complete story.
Exactly.
But, like, how much does that really mean? You know? And that wasn't even in the conversation at all.
I mean, I'm over here being like the best movie of the last year was Pig, but
Right.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm kind of.
But
with
even
you.
even if I were to like say, okay, well, Coda, I still think Licorice Pizza, everything that was still better on that level, considering that was more of a similar movie. I mean, it had nothing to do with space bagpipes, and yeah, I don't know what it says because it's like it's almost like, not to get political, but like it's almost like when you have like a presidential thing or something like that. It's like, oh, here was two candidates I liked. No one's talking about them, so now I have to choose between what's the least worst of the two or three.
It's also
in this
ranked
race.
voting too, so that it's not you vote and that's it. It's
Right.
ranked choice, so it's kind of got
which is fine. I like ranked choice.
But it only matters if the one you voted ahead of it is like,
Yeah.
down the peg. It's not like
Yeah.
I gave you 3 points,
But
2
that's-
points, 1 point.
That's the thing. It could be maybe where the Dune issue falls. Like your number 1 is Dune, your number 2 is Coda, for example. But everybody else is Dune falls at like 6th place. So
Well,
that doesn't.
I think what definitely hurt Power of the Dog is it's like, I think some people really were into it. Other people were very cold by it. And I think the ones who were very cold by it, it was just never going to get through. And Coda was just like a nice movie.
Yeah.
It's a feel good movie.
Honestly, I probably would have said Belfast is even better. But
Look. Regardless of what, I don't know if we discussed this the other night, but regardless of what you could say, the 10 movies on this list, Nightmare Alley maybe being the lowest on the top of the 10, is still better than all the movies that came out last year.
Agreed.
100%. Yeah, but
Hey,
last year
it-
wasn't a real year.
No, I know, but it's just,
Yeah.
at this point, I'm just happy that there were 10 really good movies
we have
that
real
came
movies
out.
this
yeah,
year.
yeah.
I'm still thrown off. Like the fact that Jane Campion won for director. You look at who she went up against, and you're like, oh yeah, because like Villeneuve was not nominated,
Right.
which he probably could have won that.
Like, and just there's just this like logical fallacy of the whole thing, which makes me sound like an asshole. But no, but really though, like how many things did Dune win? Like technical things.
Yeah, a lot.
Like
I think 7 or 8,
like
right?
you're acknowledging that like it was the strongest in like effects, like sound, editing, costume, cinematography. The guy at the top, like that, like has like like I mean, it's not like he has no input into this,
Right.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it just the Academy's always had like preferences in genre. It prefers the drama over everything else.
Oh yeah, which is why I hate it.
yeah, but it goes for like spectacle though sometimes.
So
I don't know.
so I
I
think
mean, not lately though.
I feel like with Dune, as long as part 2 is a good movie, I feel like that's when it's going to win those big Oscars.
It is, but I don't know.
That's kind of like a Return of the King
sure,
type.
but that was like 3 years too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But
It took 3 great movies for them to
Right,
finally be
right.
like, okay, you deserve an Oscar.
But I feel like if the second half of Dune is, I mean, I don't think it's going to be as good, but like if it's close, that like I feel like
Yeah,
they'll-
we're gonna
they'll
get the
win
awful
a
CGI
lot.
battle.
Depends,
It's like that's what we're
Depends.
gonna get. So
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think the CGI in that movie was bad at all.
no.
no,
Like
the
you know
one
those
scene-
visions that he has about him fighting.
Oh,
the
Those- that
CGI
looks
is just not that great.
Where, like,
the rest of
yeah.
the movie, the
reveals he has
CGI is
blue
great,
eyes.
but
Yeah.
that one scene,
yeah, you're right.
So that's what we're getting in the second
for
one.
some reason, they chose to show that scene
Yeah.
Oh,
at the
yeah, they
Oscars.
did.
It's like there's so much better CGI.
Somebody one of the VFX things was like really shitty that they put in the clip. I forget which one it was. Maybe it was
Visual
Dune.
effects. Shang-Chi.
Oh, maybe it was Shang-Chi. I don't know.
Yeah, Shang-Chi was not our free guy was also nominated.
I don't think it was Shang-Chi, I don't think it was VFX. Well, it could be VFX, but like that first fight scene and the
Oh,
boss
and the
with
boss was
Shang-Chi,
great.
that
Oh,
was
the
cool.
fight choreography in that is
that was
amazing.
cool.
VFX, less so, but
Yeah.
the fight choreography.
No, and I know like obviously we're big Dune guys, but it was nice to see like Greg Fraser, who I've been a big fan of for a while, win for cinematography. Our guy Hans coming through wasn't even on the same continent.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if that's because they cut it or what, but
He's at home with his supermodel wife, which it sounds like a joke. No, he's married to a supermodel.
No.
How is Hans Zimmer married to a supermodel? I will never know. but
Dennis
good for him.
Kucinich is married to a supermodel. All right,
he
like
likes the bass.
She's all about that bass.
supermodels make odd choices in their husbands. That's all I'm gonna say.
Jesus. Howard Stern references here. All right.
All right.
Should we get going from the Oscars?
Yeah. Any
Definitely
final
went
thoughts on
long
Oscars, guys?
Look, ratings are up, but they're still they're still
they're
not
still terrible.
No.
great.
I mean, like, just the one final comment on the whole, like, oh, they should have nominated like Spider-Man or just like movies people watch. Is my feeling is that's not the problem here, because I thought of like, you either die the Pulitzers or you live long enough to be the MTV Movie Awards.
Ooh, good call.
It's like that's your choice in front of you, Oscars. Like,
I don't know. I think people want to say like, oh, it's one thing. I think it's just like so many.
It's a lot.
things.
there's
It's a
just so
lot.
many things. Like, people are just engaging in this kind of media differently.
There's no
It's
like media as a whole is like so splintered now. There's no like shared
and
experience.
like the whole celebrity thing, like influencers are eating into that. So like
Right.
that big thing that's gone.
I almost think they should. I'm almost at the point now where I'm like, no, you know what? Just fuck it. Just do the Spider-Man Awards. I don't care. I mean, I don't know.
My final thoughts is I've never been so obsessed with celebrity gossip with this Will Smith thing since Jussie Smollett. 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. It's like, what's new? Oh, his name was on the check. Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? You know he called him after the awards.
Oh my god,
You know what he said? Hang in there.
that's bad.
Oh my. Anyway, Oscars. Another
Nobody
Oscars
even
in a
mentioned
row.
OJ.
Did you see that?
I heard about it. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
It's like,
great.
OJ, like, maybe you shouldn't be telling someone don't engage in violence.
I thought they should have. I thought they should have like just like taken away like Trump's Twitter ban for like 24 hours. Just see what the tweets had. Because it's like OJ, you know. Anyway,
I was going to bring up the FCC complaints, but we can save that.
Yeah, no, we don't
Yeah.
need to worry about that.
anyway,
Okay.
let's talk
move on.
about
Let's-
some fun things.
Yeah. Let's
Do you
go
want
into
to talk about
Halo
Halo?
first.
let's
Halo
go
first.
right into
Halo.
so.
But you
John,
said
your
fun
reactions.
things.
So John, you were the only one last time that did not see Halo. We all seen episode 2?
I watch episode 2.
Yeah. So
I have watched most of episodes.
Okay.
recapping, I was warm on it, and these
Yep.
two were cold.
I was
Sean was
like-
ice cold.
You
Ice
were
cold.
ice cold. I was like,
Ice cold.
I'll give it another
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
So that was episode 1. John,
I mean,
how you feeling?
I was ice cold, but I knew I was going to Dell's Lemonade. You know, like I wasn't like expecting much else. Yeah, you know, I did find it interesting. You guys were like, "Oh, the UNSC are the bad guys," and like, yeah, there's this like fascist dude in the beginning from what's the Doctor Who?
The
spinoff.
Expanse.
Oh, Torchwood.
He's in a billion things.
Yeah.
He's always the
Dark
bad. He's
Knight.
always the bad.
He's in
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Dark
too.
Knight Rises. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he shoots some people in the next one. You know,
Yeah, I had to think. Like Disney's doing that. Wait, that's right.
Which
Fair
really that scene annoyed me because he was rhyming the whole time till the last line, and he didn't rhyme, and it just annoyed me.
with really, I
hate him. He's a bad guy because he doesn't rhyme.
what I didn't like. So you're on the Mind Planet or whatever, Madrigal, and it's like they have AK-47s 300 years from now,
Right.
and I don't really understand.
And, like, the bullets don't work until the Spartans use
Yeah,
them.
right.
Yeah, man, there's a lot. See, you know, I'm not even gonna harp on the CGI, but like, no, you know, it just would be better as a movie. Yeah.
Even then, I don't.
Like,
I think I you guys mentioned this last week. this existing in the same universe as The Mandalorian is just like, oh man, like it's not even gonna be close. It's gonna be
not.
so much worse, and it's like
the same.
almost the same. Like it's very similar beat by beat, and it's not like this is. I can't figure out what movie it is, but this is like just another movie too of like somebody. I mean, it's been done 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that whole planet is
people on the run,
Demolition Man essentially.
Yeah, I that first scene with the planet, and it's like it's very arid. I'm like, really, another desert planet? Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, well, it's cheap, and it is. Although no, maybe they filmed that in California, but the rest of it's in Canada.
Yeah, as Sam stated.
It looks very Canadian. I can't explain that comment, but like it just looks Canadian.
Yeah, look, I think it and I think like you mentioned, it looks Canadian because it looks like the sci-fi movie or sci-fi original series.
But it's like filled with actors. I have no idea who they are.
Like Halsey, I know who she is, but like
There's a few. I know like
Admiral
one of the guy
Hood.
was
Admiral Hood.
the bad guy.
Oh, that was Admiral Hood. You're right.
Okay.
I didn't realize who he was, but I was like, oh, hey, you're in maybe one of the greatest movies of all time.
Right?
And this.
Yeah, right. So so
You
the
didn't
old
catch
guy.
him? You didn't
It's
catch
Dave from 2001.
Keira DeLay?
Was that Keira DeLay?
Yes. A
He's
man who
Admiral
we
Hood.
saw in person?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I'm like, his voice sounds familiar, and I looked him up. I was like, oh my god, it's Dave from 2001.
Wait, Keira DeLay was the guy who was like talking to Halsey.
The old guy,
Yes.
Admiral Hood. Yeah,
Was that him?
that was him.
I did not
I
recognize it.
know.
It's the hat.
It's just blowing you.
It's the hat.
That's blowing my mind.
Yeah,
Another
He
major
could do
reveal.
better.
he can
Yeah.
do much
Well,
better.
Look,
I don't
look.
think so. I don't. Looking at his career, though,
That's true.
doesn't-
Yeah,
True.
It's like 2000
But it's like he's in an
2001.
all-time great movie, pretty deep,
sci-fi
good in it.
movie.
Yeah.
Sci-fi movie.
And
2001?
really had no
Yep.
career after. Anyway,
Your thoughts on that?
God, that blew my mind.
yeah.
So second
Almost as much as Short Round.
Se-
We'll get into that later.
to be continued.
Look, second episode. I know you guys are hard cold on this one at this point.
Oh, yeah, it still
I know.
sucks.
I know you guys are.
You,
and
you mean the
I-
episode where Master Chief doesn't wear any of his armor for half the episode?
I mean,
Yeah.
my biggest gripe about this is they're like this station, no government, no authority at all. Well functioning public transportation system though.
and churros for everyone.
And elaborate, too.
Like what?
Yeah.
I feel like you need some kind of authority to maintain
Yeah.
it.
I'm
Here's-
I'm cooling down on this episode.
Yeah,
This episode.
I think I'm maybe going to finish this and try another episode, but there's... If there wasn't a lot on TV, maybe I'd give it, but like it's like insane right now. But look, I think this is what it boils down to. Halo, the mythos is okay. It's not like incredible, The characters aren't, the main guy is just an avatar for you. There's really no other compelling characters. I mean, the person you talk to the most is an AI,
yeah.
who's just
Who
like
we've yet to actually see.
right, who's just your personal assistant.
yeah.
So
I think we're not going to get Cortana as an AI until
Next episode. The way episode 2 ended.
yeah, I
we're
feel like
getting
it's
her
next
episode.
maybe. Yeah.
We're getting
And-
her episode.
and I
three.
feel
We'll
like
see.
there's
But
just
I also think I get Fall of Reach feels with this season so
Yeah.
far. But then again, 2 episodes in.
But once again, this is a different timeline, so who knows if Reach even falls in this
the
one.
take on this is just like not interesting either.
No.
It's
No.
just like very run of the mill. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Wouldn't it have been cooler if we just got like a Halo like horror movie with the flood?
Yeah.
Like wouldn't that have just
I
been
would
cool?
love
like
for the flood to show
But
up
it's
in this show
but
at
it's
some point.
your
but it won't happen.
no exec is going to sign off on that because you're not introducing the character yourself. You're essentially going from A to P and then to
but
Z.
I think it's a cool movie though. Like I think it would actually work.
I think you'd actually get the hit of.
I mean,
you
like-
might even fall into
but-
that Warcraft category.
but you
where
could
it's like
never-
a bunch of people in China are watching this movie.
The problem with that movie though is you could never make 2 or 3 or 4.
Oh
of
no,
them,
no,
yeah,
no.
it's
you know?
one and done.
one
It's
done.
like World of Warcraft.
And it's not like you really like spend all your bullets. It's just like why make another one?
I mean,
It's-
Vin
we're not-
Diesel made like 7
Riddick
Riddick
movies, yeah.
movies, and that's basically what
Yeah,
we're
but
just
he also
3 in
but
an
he
anime,
also,
Sam. 3 in an anime.
But if you read all the financing and everything, like it was a struggle. He had to
yeah.
put up
But-
a lot of money on his own to do those. So it's like, did they make them or did he really just kind of push it along?
and 2 video games.
Granted,
way-
I like those movies, but it's
Oh, I
tough.
love those
Are,
movies.
are we sure the flood's not going to be in the show? I know they haven't
I
said
th-
it.
They have
think-
to get to the ring.
Yeah,
And
I'm thinking
this episode.
it's
It's what? How many episodes? 9 episodes.
at this point I don't care.
You know what I'm feeling? Flood is going to be the tease at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I'm thinking
could be.
Fall of Reach.
Either that, or I feel like the ring will be the tease at the end.
But I don't know how you have the ring and not the flood, unless you like make
Yeah.
it some other sort of like weapon. Because like they mentioned that it's like they say like weapon or that it's important. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They say in this episode that
Yeah.
like it's going to basically what the rings are.
I
in
don't
the
think
game.
you have the ring in Reach either.
No,
No,
you don't.
Rings
Reach
aren't
isn't
there
about
either,
that.
right?
Well, it is at the very end during the credits
Yeah, so
because it starts where Halo 1.
this is
started.
why I think it's more towards Fall of Reach than
That's if Reach falls. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's
Look,
a different universe. It's a
Dude,
different
up in the air,
storyline.
but I'm thinking Fall of Reach. That's just me.
It's just so dumb. So okay, well,
It's not great, but it's definitely not
Two
worse
things
than
stood out to
the-
me about
the-
this episode. First of all, did not expect boobs in an episode.
Oh man, I shut it off before the boobs.
Oh yeah, you know
Wait,
that.
what?
So the girl, the Covenant
come
girl,
on.
she's on. You can see boobs. Now it's not straight on, but it's
Oh.
It's
you
like-
can see it. You can see nipple.
it's
you can see
white
nipple.
skin tight
No.
spandex.
No, it's
and
not.
It's just
She's
from
naked.
It's
She is legit naked.
Okay, we can come back to this next week. But going off of that topic of the young lady who lives with the Covenant?
Yes.
I'm just done with alien languages, dude. You know how many fucking shows I have to watch? I don't need more subtitles, please.
So
it's
here's the
please.
$10. Bold prediction now.
what.
That's his sister. $10. $10.
So, okay,
Let me ask you, Chris.
I can
how
tell
are
you-
we ever going to know? Who are we really
I don't know.
going to watch?
Something
I am-
about the memory.
No,
I am-
no, Chris, I'm going to counter on that. I'm getting vibes that she ends up being the love interest.
All right. So here's the thing.
Or
that character. That character. Yeah. Ooh. That character is actually in the games. She is in Halo 5 Guardians. You know, the best of the Halos.
I didn't play that. I didn't
No
play
one
that
did
game.
because it sucked. And so she was actually an elite, a female elite. And in this show, they were like, now let's make her human.
Was it the same actress?
No, it's
Oh,
the same character, though.
But the reason, the only point of her is that she's human.
Yeah, in the show, yeah. So
Okay.
they changed her. So it's, you know, such an important character that she appeared in one game, and it was the shittiest of them all.
Well, it's a sacred text. You can't really make any alterations.
It's
Which
just,
honestly, you know, maybe it should be a sacred text because this ain't any better.
no. Well, like I said last week, Bungie gave 343 the Halo Bible. This is what the universe is. This is what
I-
happens.
This is
I-
isn't this
it's-
isn't
it's
343's mess.
It's not.
But it
Yeah.
is though, because they are the executive producers. They watch over it and say, no, this
Okay,
needs to happen.
Spielberg was like,
No, that's it. That's all it was.
It was more than I expected.
Well, I mean,
I
mean, it's a different show when in the beginning of the episode the guy is shooting the people in the head.
yeah, no. There's like children being
not
murdered.
Yeah, that's all
Rhyming.
you got. That's
I mean, this
it.
ain't Encanto here, you know.
Yeah, but
It's
anyways,
on CBS or let's call it CBS All Access. I would have gotten thrown in IP jail for that.
now this show, I'm hate watching it. I'm enjoying hate watching it. Actually, you guys should join me in the hate watching. For
oh, I'm
this
just
show.
bored.
I'm not
Yeah,
there.
I
I'm
know,
not there
that's-
yet.
I can't even work up to hate.
Dude, I'll tell you,
like-
I shut it off. I shut the first episode off like during the showdown. Like I was just so like
It's such a badly choreographed fight. The showdown,
in the hangar. You mean?
like everything is just poorly choreographed.
It's just so like. Yeah, I mean, there's no.
Nobody's
it's not an
working- nobody's
interesting to
working
look
for
at
Paramount.
show.
Nobody's working for
it's
them.
Showtime too. I mean,
Yeah.
No, but even then, nobody.
Yeah.
They're all
Well,
at
here's-
HBO. They're all.
Here's the thing, though,
Warner Brothers.
and this is I don't know if you guys really know that because I don't think any of you guys really watch Showtime, right? Here's what Showtime is. Showtime is big budget CBS shows with boobs and the F word.
okay.
Really, like it's not. Like I
Strike
know the
back.
whole like it's not TV HBO is
that's
like
Cinemax.
you know, but that's actually kind of what Showtime does. Like they just make very like networky, you know, self-contained like shows that they
And
have like 3 extra seasons no one wants.
Do they
So-
do it for cheap?
I mean, yeah, this. I mean, they have bigger budgets probably than a network, like per episode, but they also make 10 instead of 26.
so to support your statement about the how that's what Showtime is. Anybody else notice the commercial breaks
Yeah.
For what?
That takes
during
me
Halo?
out of it too.
Oh yeah, like it
There's
ends and
cuts.
fades.
There's
But it
fades.
fades to black for
No,
like
but
3-4 seconds.
It's cut to be commercial
Yeah,
breaks. Like, and this is a real thing, by the way. Is that like, and I've heard this is like shows that they'll like run like on like USA or something like that.
Right.
Like they will have two cuts. They'll have the USA cut, and it's just the. It's not like they're taking stuff out, like censoring. Like they're just of the flow for like they have the USA cut and they have the streaming cut, like the cable cut and the,
Okay.
I'm sitting down and watching
Yeah.
the whole thing. And obviously this one doesn't because it's like,
No. It's noticeable breaks.
You don't get that with NCIS either. That thing.
I'm trying to think if like Kingstown or 1883 had that. I don't know, but yeah, it's weird. It's like they thought this was.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but this has been a Showtime or a streaming thing
Right?
for like
There's
a
no
decade.
commercials ever in this, like
Yeah.
involved.
Maybe they're
Why?
just hedging their bets or
I
something.
mean, I know CBS does have like a commercial one,
Right.
and maybe that would be better. But I
But
don't
like
know.
as somebody who paid for it to have no commercials, it's weird that there's a 3 to 4 second break.
I'm gonna
between
drop
actions.
Paramount Plus as soon as this is over.
There's no reason to
it's
have
done.
it. Honestly, I like the fact that Nicktoons are on it, and that's about
Oh
it.
no, I might go back to Hulu or whatever
Star
after
Trek
that.
is on it, which is nice. I
won't touch that with the 10
I want to get into like Picard because I like Picard.
I've
but,
heard it's like not actually good though.
really that's
Yeah.
disappointing.
all those Star Trek stuff. I feel like we're getting off topic here. We're going long.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
we
but-
gotta.
I got yeah. Well,
let's
I'll skip
let's
this.
go. We'll come back to Picard.
right.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Let's talk Moon
Let's
Knight.
jump
Moon
right
Knight,
into Moon Knight.
the latest Marvel TV show
Yes.
on Disney streaming service is starring Oscar Isaacs as Moon Knight, and we had the first episode drop Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it Wednesday? Or
It was
Thursday?
Wednesday.
Oh, damn.
Today
I'm getting
is
confused
Thursday.
nowadays. So I'm getting,
Halo Thursday, Moon Knight Wednesday.
yeah. So the new Marvel show, and I don't even want to say what it's about, but it stars Oscar Isaacs
Why
and
not?
Ethan Hawke, because honestly, it's just really long. It's an hour. I can say what it's about. It's about this guy who's having. He doesn't know. It
Lapses
seems like
in memory.
it seems
Seems
like
like he's losing his mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like he's losing his mind. Possible schizophrenia, maybe multiple personality disorder. That's what it's reading as a viewer, and he doesn't know. And we're just along for the ride, and we're following this one person's point of view, and then there's gaps, and obviously. Something or somebody else is taking over during that time period, and we slowly get introduced to him at the end of the episode. So, I mean, it takes place in London, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm genuinely enjoying it.
Oh, it's great.
Genuinely
Yeah.
enjoying it.
Oscar Isaac doing a very interesting accent, though. Seems like there might be a reason for it.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So Disney is doing a much better job than Venom and Sony.
Just say Sony.
Am I wrong?
No, Sony sucks.
So they're doing
As
like
somebody who's about to
Venom
go see
has
Morbius this weekend, Sony sucks.
Venom has the symbiote constantly talking through through him, and you hear it, and not that it's a bad voice or anything. It's just the way it's written,
Right.
the wordplay, and the reactions you get from
It's
what's his face, Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
The-
It doesn't match.
the
Or it doesn't make sense.
not to go long, but the way that Venom portrays how Venom communicates with Eddie Brock in the Venom movies, I love. The problem is the actor sucks.
If it could be, yeah.
Oscar Isaac is a good actor. And that's why it's
Oscar Isaac
working.
is doing a phenomenal job. The way it's kind of
Yes.
It's not
written,
as
the way
intrusive either with Khonshu, voiced by F. Murray Abraham, which I
Yes.
was very excited to see. And it's like, was not expecting that one. And Ethan Hawke is the bad guy, a very weird dude who
Yeah.
we don't entirely understand what his deal is.
He's walking on glass.
Yeah.
Which apparently that was his idea.
Oh.
That opening scene of Ethan Hawke.
With like Bob Dylan playing.
Yeah,
and
that was like that intro was his idea.
I like it.
I kind of
love
I
it.
like the music in this too. Something about
Yeah.
this is clicking right now.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
like,
for me, like looking at this is like the first part of this episode is like, all right, this seems like standard Marvel kind of like jokey Marvel stuff, and then when it just makes that turn when like Khonshu starts coming in and like everything, I'm just like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
You get a nice horror feel. Too.
Yeah, like when you see, I'm assuming that's Conchu. You keep seeing in the street and stuff. Like
the
where it's-
guy with the giant like
it gets like kind of
Sickle- it was a sickle, I think.
and it was
Yeah.
like, ooh,
yeah,
that's kind of cool.
He looks kind of like a mummy with a giant like,
Yeah, and
like an ibis head.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, and then that last scene where he's getting chased by that
Yep.
like dog creature, and he
jackal.
lets him take control, and you just see that shot. They're coming up, and you see the dog get dragged back
Yeah.
in, and you see him beating the shit out of it. I'm like, all right, you sold me on this.
Yeah, I look, I think this one is really interesting. I love what's going on with like Oscar Isaac like just losing his mind.
Yeah.
The only thing that like I'm not a huge fan of, and like I just wish they would do this better as they make now TV shows and movies. Like I understand that, and like honestly too with the TV shows, I feel like they weren't gonna make a Moon Knight movie, especially like out of the box, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
like their movies, they gotta really have a good return. They can only come out with so many each year, and it's not even like a budget thing. Like they just don't want to release. They wouldn't want to release like 8 $50 million movies. They want to release like 3 $400 million movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Plus,
Right.
it's like a 2-month period that ties up.
Yeah.
You know,
Gets
the
people-
theaters. You don't want to
get-
keep turning and burning.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, definitely that too. So the weird ones are never going to be movies, especially right away. But the one thing I wish they would just stop trying to do is like the CGI and like that scene of the car chase is just like really not good.
Yeah, it's not that
You
bad.
know,
The only thing that was
it just kind of takes me out of it. 'Cause
It was
it's really I like it otherwise.
the
It's
Marvel
not like
standard.
incredible, but
the Marvel standard of
yeah, and they're usually pretty good CGI.
Yeah,
But
I think
it's TV.
I think
That's
it's
the difference.
The way
It's
it
the
was,
TV.
the way that kind of kept me into it was kind of just the way it was filmed in, just the zoom out shots. That it's like he's holding the gun, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, well that's cool. And now he just
I like the pacing of it. I liked like how it was edited and just how they're telling the story of like him flashing in and flashing out.
Yeah.
I really like that. It's just at times like didn't look great. But
it wasn't.
That's really
It
my
wasn't
only big
long either.
No.
It wasn't as long
I-
as like the Black Panther car chase.
So,
that was a long one.
So this episode made me mad because I wanted a second one to be released at the same time. I wanted more. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
no, that can't be it. There's got to be more, but there isn't, and that made me so angry.
Can't get it all.
Like,
It's like old TV days where you had to wait.
know,
and then
I hate it.
what's even worse is that we don't have the commercials that you have
Yep.
to deal with.
Yeah,
Or I guess it would be better.
but yeah, as someone who reads the comics and
so you do know the background.
I do know the
don't-
background.
I'm not too familiar with him.
no, I do know the background. Sam, unfortunately, also knows a bit of the background too, being my dungeon master and my character
Is-
being Moon Knight from.
It's different from the.
It's a
the
little. It's a little.
character's bit
I
different,
made it a little different, but you know a bit of the background.
Yeah.
Is Moon Knight the most obscure headliner we've had?
So far, kind of.
Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak
But
and
that's
Dagger.
on-
Oh yeah.
Oh, but-
yeah.
But that's
that
a Hulu
was
TV
wow.
show. I'm not gonna
That-
lie though, that wasn't an
that
awful
and
show.
Runaways too.
But Runaways are a little bit more
and
involved.
the Eternals. The Eternals are definitely more
yes.
obscure.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
Eternals.
good.
I'll give you a pass on that because they really like put a lot of investment
But
into that.
Moon Knight is to just come out and just say Moon Knight is Marvel's Batman. Just go with that.
Yeah, but it's not.
I thought that's
It's not
Iron Man.
as. It's
No,
not like
no, no,
as
no,
big as
Who's Iron Man?
Batman.
Iron Man is Iron Man.
It's definitely not as big as Iron Man.
No,
Batman. In
obviously,
no
Batman
way,
is-
shape, or form.
It's like Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man are in a league of their own. Like you like every child loves those three characters.
I think even of the future shows, save Ironheart, you get Moon Knight is probably the most obscure. I mean, Miss Marvel, she's pretty big, and then
but she's new. That's
but
the thing.
I'm talking. I think he was referencing comic book, like just
Yeah.
the overall like B list, A list, C, D, whatever it
Yeah.
was. I think Moon Knight is probably
Moon
the most
Knight-
obscure.
Moon Knight was very popular in the 90s, but kind of fell into obscurity in the 2000s. It's just
But that said, everybody like they all have that kind of like Black Panther even had the kind of
yeah,
weird,
yeah.
wavy cyclicals and everything.
Right. But there's always been just compared to other superheroes and whatnot. There's only ever been one Moon Knight, one Mark Spector.
Is that who Oscar Isaac is?
That's
Yes,
Oscar
Mark
Isaac.
Spector, but this other personality that you have come across is Stevie or Steven.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Right.
British guy,
That's-
but
yes.
Mark Spector is from Chicago.
Right.
So it's weird that he has the British accent, but it makes sense
then
for the movie because of
the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, and there's a certain thing too with like pilots of them being like, oh, there's so many half-explained things of like, the cell phone in the wall and
Right.
But I don't know. I'll just say, like, it was over. I was shocked it was over as quick as it was. And I
It's
wanted
like,
more.
Once the show started really picking up steam is when it ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And that's like kind of the
Yeah.
perfect show.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
just
no,
that,
that was
that
great.
final shot of him beating the shit out of that jackal.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
it was nice and long too. It was a good 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Which
was-
it did not feel like it was 50 minutes.
No, it
really
did.
didn't.
It did go. It did feel like it went pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of hope the show gets weird. I know it's not. It's never going to be sufficiently weird to
So-
what I want it to be, especially given the people involved. But
So just to give you an idea, so we know Khonshu exists.
right.
And it was even brought up that there was so Stephen brought up the fact that there are 9 gods, but the poster only has 6 of them on there. It's because Khonshu was one of those 9, but he was kicked out of the realm because he kind of started not a civil war, but like tried starting a war with the other gods, and kind of got kicked out. But so Khonshu creates Moon Knight as his
Okay.
avatar.
Do we?
They talk about avatars in the show.
Okay, but like
Gods
just-
have avatars.
just-
I'm not. That's as far as I'm going to
Okay.
go. But in the comics, this is a recent thing. You will not see this in the show because literally it happened less than a year ago. Moon Knight is one of the few people to be able to lift Thor's hammer, and he ended up like annihilating the Avengers because a recent story arc is Khonshu took over the world. And
See, it sucks because like the
Yeah,
movies will
that's
never
close.
be like
No,
remotely.
not even close.
Look, they
Interesting.
want like World War Hulk is the prime, like the perfect thing, but it will never
No,
happen.
because it doesn't fit with what we've
Oh,
got.
God, it will never fit.
And
Just
Universal will
multiverse
let
it, bro.
happen.
Yeah.
But Universal will greenlight it.
Secret,
oh,
secret invasion,
yeah.
Secret Wars might be the.
But do
only
they?
we
They
have
still
that
hold.
coming, though.
They
We're
still
getting
hold the
that, yeah.
rights though.
I,
They
bel- I
do
believe they
still
still
hold
hold
the
the rights
rights.
to the movies. Yeah.
Yes, that's why
wonder-
Ruffalo was like, "You will never see a standalone Hulk movie with me."
Yeah, because
But why wouldn't Universal want? I don't know.
I
I don't know why they wouldn't just do.
I don't know. It's Universal is weird.
whatever, man,
I
whatever.
honestly don't want a Hulk.
Look-
Ruffalo Hulk movie.
we
Anyway.
we did, yeah, and that's what I was just gonna say. Who wants a single Hulk movie? Yeah, whatever. All right. Anyway, Moon Knight. I mean, it sounds like we're all in.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
All in.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We'll see if it sustains, but good start so far.
Yeah, so far so good. So, do we want to do the list or save it?
Let's get right
Let's
into.
let's do it, man.
Let's
It's
do
a
it.
now or never thing. So
Yeah.
we had some unfortunate news.
Very unfortunate.
Last yesterday.
Yeah, it was
Of
announced yesterday.
Bruce Willis essentially retiring from acting, given some mental. What's the word?
Aphasia.
Disconnect.
He has. It's
Yeah.
the disease. So it's a
Deterioration,
deterioration of your ability to speak and
Yeah.
communicate.
Right. Which
and-
obviously, as an actor, is
yeah,
incredible.
it's essentially dementia.
Yeah, more. It's
which is
yeah,
awful.
Very specific. Yeah. And he had been doing a lot of these like VOD movies, like,
Yeah.
and it was
I mean, the
Doesn't
Razzies
feel
gave him
great.
his own category,
right because I mean he was in like 8 movies for probably a total like 40 minutes last year,
Right.
And obviously kind of clear-ish now why that's the case, but. Yeah, it's too bad. I don't know if you guys had anything specific you wanted to say, but we wanted to do like a quick top 3, bring back the list.
Yeah.
And our favorite. I think we just sort of left it a little open ended. Top 3
Yeah.
Bruce Willis movies, moments.
Yeah, movies are moments. It doesn't matter. But yeah, to go off of the Razzies took back their Razzie award from Bruce Willis, and we're like, no, we can't do this. After this news, like, no, you did not win a Razzies. No, you did not have a category. Like, they took it back, which is great. Like, good on
Razzies
them.
gave The Shining.
They took that one back too.
They don't get to.
Wait, they gave The Shining an award?
For what's her face?
Shelley Duvall.
Oh, good call.
Shelley Duvall.
Okay, I can see it.
They took it back because of the
Oh,
hell she went through with
99
Stanley Kubrick.
Days.
Stanley
Anyway,
Kubrick, yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Who wants to
Start
go
at 3. Everybody do their 3 and then go up.
No,
We'll just do the top 3.
I'll just
It's
do top
literally
3.
what is your Mount Rushmore of either Bruce Willis movies or Bruce Willis moments?
Mount Rushmore -1.
Whatever, top 3, top 4. If
Yeah.
you have a fourth, say the
Go
four.
for it.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, I can only think of 2.
Then you go.
What are you two?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, the second one is like Die Hard,
Yeah.
Okay.
but the first one is just a specific scene from the movie Red.
Which one?
When he steps out of the car as it's spinning, and it's
Yeah.
just amazing.
It's a Bruce Willis moment right
yeah,
there.
it's amazing.
That's a
That
Bruce
is-
Willis moment.
Damn. Yeah, that is good.
Couldn't think of anything else.
Fine, I'll
but
go.
like
I'll
those
go.
two.
Tears of the Sun.
Okay.
Just severely underrated movie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, and this is mostly for the interaction between him and Chris Tucker in The Fifth Element.
Yes.
It is by far some of the best interplay between comedian and actor I've ever seen. And I think Chris Tucker, I mean, just takes
yeah.
it to the next level.
Yeah.
And then the number one is not Bruce Willis, but just John McClane.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
All right. So I went with Die Hard as well, but I went with a Vengeance because I love that movie.
That is a good one.
It's a really good movie.
So I went with that one. I also, I totally forgot he was in Red because Red is a great movie.
Red is an underrated,
It is
just
underrated.
stupid action comedy.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the heavy hitters in the cast.
Yeah, just like odd people to bring in.
What was
Malkovich
John
is
Malkovich
amazing.
takes out like the teddy bear. There's like a rocket, like an RPG. And it just
Well, he
takes out,
shoots the RPG.
drone.
and
shoots
blows
the
it up in
RPG.
the
Oh, is that
girl's
what it
face,
was?
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally forgot about that. That is a great one. Also, Fifth Element, amazing. But by far my favorite Bruce Willis movie of all time is always going to be 12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Good one.
Terry Gilliam at his prime, like it was great.
I have 2 honorable mentions.
Okay.
First one is the Key and Peele sketch, which
Yes.
is referred to as the Liam Neeson sketch, but then they start throwing around Bruce Willie is my shit, which I love. Another one, slightly more obscure comedy sketch show, Human Giant, if we remember correctly, when they
Yes.
one of the guys, they get him a Bruce Willis impersonator, which is actually H. John Benjamin,
Yep.
the guy who does Archer, who's also 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
Is
and
that guy
they-
really-
Also bald though. He is also bald.
and kind of sort of does look like Bruce Willis, and they trick,
like a doughy Bruce Willis.
they trick Paul Shear into thinking he's Bruce Willis, and then just moves in. Okay, actual Bruce Willis moments. First moment when he shows up in The Expendables.
Yes.
I just like incredible. Like I feel like and again we just had a magical experience with that movie as a midnight showing. But I just the energy when he walks in, and Schwarzenegger's there too. Oh, it's
Honestly, the
that is
sequel-
like the 3 Titans
yeah.
in a room.
But the sequel in the airport though.
a worthy follow.
I am shoes
bigger than this guy.
Yeah.
does
It
it
just like rips the door off. Oh, man.
doesn't like the wolf show up too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chuck Norris is just like mowing people. That whole
Look,
airport scene
that movie
is phenomenal.
We need to do a
the
Conrad
most
classic.
Yeah.
that movie is the most true to itself than any other movie possible. 1 and 2, the first and second one.
Oh, yeah.
I
It
feel
knew
like
exactly what it was.
Half of the second one is good. Like,
yeah.
there's like the second one just is like
There's moments.
it's starting to lose its magic.
Yeah.
Well, the first one is like actually supposed to be real. The second one is more just like outright parody.
Yeah, and it's
And
like
then
you don't
they
get to be
get
in on the
awful.
joke
Yeah.
movie.
It's okay. I'll give it a waiver. My number 2, Sean, you took it from me, but Die Hard with a Vengeance, which I think is the best one.
Oh, by far.
especially when he gets to
No
play off
way. No way.
Yeah,
Samuel
the one
Jackson?
at the airport is 10 times better than the one.
Okay, first of all,
my
no, it's
God.
not.
Okay,
Not even
yes it is.
Okay, Die
In
Hard
every
2.
possible
Hang on, this is
way.
what we
Die Hard
actually-
2.
Excuse me, gentlemen. This is what we actually need to do. The rankings right now, Chris, of Die Hard movies. If you haven't seen the
bottom
fifth
up,
one,
5 of them.
it would be. So it's obviously 1, 2, and then Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard, and
then
another.
was it what is the last one?
Another
Day to Die Hard?
Good Day to Die.
Good
That's
Day to Die
that's the
Hard.
last one.
Yeah.
The one
Oh,
in
by
Russia.
far.
The one in
Yeah.
Russia is the last one.
Yes.
I've never
And then
even
I'll
seen it.
go.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
And then I'll go Vengeance. Then I'll do the one with
Justin Smith.
Oliphant.
Oh yeah.
And then 1 and 2.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Your list is so out of whack.
Sam,
But it's
save
nowhere.
us.
But it's never. Here's the thing with Die Hard, though. No matter what you put in front and back, it's all the same except for the Russia one. It's all the same.
Yes and no.
Every single part of the Die Hard franchise is the same, Sean. I hate to break it to you, but it's literally the same movie.
Not really. No.
Only 2 take place on Christmas. Sam, what's your list?
Oh God, I'd probably say Vengeance is probably number 1.
Jesus. People.
Uh,
Jesus.
Die Hard 1 probably
Yep.
number 2. I'd actually put Live Free or Die Hard because, like, I don't know, that movie just works for me. It's not good, but it just works for me.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 kind of somewhere down there.
All right. I will say Vengeance is number 1. Die Hard is number 2. Live Free or Die Hard, the unedited edition where he actually says "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker,"
Yeah,
is
yeah.
number 3.
That's a
Yeah.
good point, Sean.
Good point.
Then it would be Die Hard 2. Then I would say the theatrical cut of Live Free or Die Hard would be number 5, and then the last one was just god awful.
Okay. I have not seen number 5, so I'll just go from the top. Vengeance, Die Hard. I feel like I'm sleeping on Die Hard 2, Die Harder. You know, isn't it called that? Am I crazy or did I just,
I just think it's Die Hard too.
Okay, maybe that was the tagline. But I think there's like enough like Franz is it like Dennis Franz is in it as like the cop from NYPD. But I don't know. I feel like I gotta
Yeah.
revisit that one.
But like Die Hard 4, like Grant, if you watch the theatrical, it sucks. But if you actually watch the unedited, where they actually are like, yeah, throw in all the
I
swears.
mean,
that
he
we actually
destroys
filmed.
a helicopter with a car.
right.
Like,
It's so over the top that it's fun.
yeah.
Wait, what?
In Live Free or
Yeah.
Die Hard, he blows a helicopter. There's a line about it.
There's
He did the same thing in.
He flips a car into the helicopter.
does he fly?
Wait,
a
this
Harrier
is
jet, or
that's
does
not
he-
Vengeance, right? That's Live Free or Die.
Live Free or Die
Yeah,
Hard
I was
does
gonna say they didn't do that
But
twice.
like Vengeance was so good because of Samuel Jackson and like
Jeremy Irons is the bad guy.
God,
Oh,
He's
he's
so
the best
great.
bad guy.
Yeah.
I know.
By
I know
far.
that's
no,
like.
no.
I know.
Who's
no.
the best guy? Bad guy.
It's
the one
Jeremy
from the
Irons.
first. No, the one from the
no,
first
it's
one.
it's close, but Jeremy
I-
Irons
No,
is
the
number
one from the
Look.
first movie is what's his name?
Hans
Jesus.
Gruber is incredible.
Yeah.
Alan
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman. He's
I'm
by
an
far the
exceptional
best
thief.
Die Hard.
No.
That's
It's
shocking.
Jeremy
He's the
Irons.
best.
That
he's the
shot.
best villain. I need somebody to come on here and defend my honor. I need
We'll do
Ryan
it.
here.
We'll-
I need Ryan.
I mean,
here.
you said Die Hard 2 was the best, so no one's going to defend
in
it.
every possible way. I think my favorite is Die Hard 2.
That's fine.
That's
That
disqualified.
you're-
Well, that's
You're
what
in
it
a-
is. It's my Rushmore
I'm
with 3
shocked.
heads. Let me have my Rushmore with 3 heads.
I'm shocked you didn't say Armageddon.
Well, the rest of the movie is so bad. I can't really.
Yeah.
Like he's not awful in that. It's just everything else is bad.
Everything's bad.
It seems like Ben Affleck always has like spit or gum or something in his mouth every time he talks.
Oh, I think I left one out. Ocean's 12 when he shows up as Bruce Willis. It's just totally like the movie's just gone off the rails. Even though I maybe actually kind of love that one now. I don't know.
The first movie itself was almost off the rails. It's
Ocean's 11. I mean
Yeah.
Ocean's 12. Yeah, is the one he's in. Bruce Willis. Anyway.
I guess he was supposed to show up in Lego Movie, I believe it was.
he was a
as
voice. I
himself.
thought he was a voice.
Or was he actually?
I think
in
he
it?
was actually a voice credit in
as himself,
Lego
as
movie.
John McClane.
I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was
Because
himself.
Yeah, but no, he will be missed based on like his good work. You know what Bruce Willis movie I got to watch that I've never actually watched is Death Becomes Her. With,
overrated.
Meryl Streep
It's overrated.
and I forget who but like I
It
gotta
was
watch that.
Oh God, not Goldie Hawn. Jesus Christ, what am I thinking?
What? I think it was Goldie Hawn.
Was it Goldie Hawn?
I believe it was. In Death Becomes Her.
Well, we should probably wrap this up.
We should definitely wrap it up.
Yeah, this is gonna kill me if I don't think. I'm pretty sure it was Goldie.
Yeah.
I think it was.
I'm almost certain it was.
Incredible in Pulp Fiction too.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, he's in that.
Death Becomes Her. Goldie Hawn. Yeah. Damn, Chris, you got it.
I really got to rewatch. I've seen it when I was a lot younger. Robert Zemeckis movie. I gotta sit down and watch that one again. But yeah, definitely gonna miss Bruce Willis in movies.
Yeah, the Lego Movie Part 2. He was
he's in
himself.
Part 2.
He was
Okay.
himself. Yeah. God, his IMDb
He was
filmography
in
is
a
respectable.
lot. It's both respectable and not respectable at the same time.
Yeah, but
Look,
even before the last, like he's still in a lot. Like even before
Oh,
the
yeah.
last couple years.
He was on
when
it,
it's
like a couple
ridiculous.
episodes of Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he popped up everywhere. I think.
Yeah.
Look who's talking.
Yep.
How could we forget?
All right.
Right.
All right.
All right.
Let's
wrap this
All right.
up.
So that does it for us for this week. If you like all of our episodes, you can find us on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play, and various other media sources.
YouTube.
Send us a message on Facebook, Facebook.com, or you can comment on YouTube. By the
Can.
way,
Yes, please.
that's right. So until next time.
Bye.
Adios.
Sam, keep the F word out of your mouth.
You gotta say it twice.